All right, folks. I smell our Genoise, so that means it's ready. We have a beautiful golden color. These are perfect. Look how much they fluffed up like that. See? Now I don't want to push too hard, otherwise it's going to fall. See, you can see my fingerprints right there. Wow. Starting to pull away from the edge. See? Right here. That means it's done. So very gently, I'm just setting this on the table. All right. We'll get back to these in just a minute. All right, folks, welcome back. Here we have our baked Genoise. I've chilled the pan after I let it settle for a few minutes after the baking process. Once the pan was at cool enough that I could pick it up without a pot holder, I popped it in the fridge. It's been in the fridge for about 10-15 minutes or so. So not long enough to really get a super chill, but certainly long enough for it to set. Okay, so now what I'm going to do with my sheet here is I'm going to take my little spatula. I'm just going to go around the edges like so to get it around, to get it away from the edge. Okay, and now I'm just going to lift this guy up, and we're going to pop it right out. Okay, now what I want to do here is cut it in half. Okay. Okay, making sure to cut the paper. Okay, so now we're going to pop these open around like this. Looks like I got one bigger than the other. That's okay. Okay, so now we've got some lemon pie filling from the grocery store. And now some folks actually like to, take and soak this with some simple syrup, which would be sugar and water. I don't necessarily do that. I have other ways to add more moisture back in, and I'll show you that shortly. In the meantime, what I want to do is take some of this lemon here, plop it right out, spread it around, and I'm going all the way to the edge, okay? Right here like so. And we'll come back up to the top. And we want a nice even layer, okay? We'll do this other one. Notice I'm bringing it all the way to the edge, like so. Okay, and all the way up. Now, you don't want too much. I mean, you definitely want enough that it's a nice layer of filling, but if you do too much, it gets to be sloppy. Okay, we want to avoid that. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. Okay, so this is how much is left in the can after I got both of these. Not quite a full can for the sheet. Okay? Anyway, so we'll just spread that out a little bit more. And same with this one. Okay, spread it in nice and smooth. Okay, we'll set that off to the side. Now, I have already prepared a couple of pastry bags. One, I have buttercream. Okay, what I want to do is go 1, 2, 1, and 2. Okay, now this is strawberry filling. Okay. Now you could use raspberry, you could use strawberry, you could actually use whatever you want. Okay. Doesn't need to be perfect. What you're looking for is color and a little bit of flavor. It's all going to get rolled up together. Okay. So, all right. Now I'm going to take my little spatula here. And I'm going to separate the cake from the paper right here at the top edge. Now notice that I have the cut part up. Okay, so the cut part will be the center of our roll. All right, and then the edge will be the end of the roll. That's very important. Okay, so now we want to actually, now that I've gotten it loosened away, okay, and started, okay, what I want to do is grab the paper and basically flop this over, okay? Now pull it back a little bit, and now I'm going to tuck this underneath, just like so. Okay, now this is why I said don't put too much lemon filling on there, because it'll end up getting sloppy if you do. Okay, so now I'm going to give it another flop over, like so. Pull this away, and now I'm going to lift the front, tuck it up nice and tight, and then I'm going to give it a roll, and I'm going to make sure it tucks in to where the paper is so that the paper overlaps, okay? This is what I'm looking for. Now I'm going to set it just like so on the tray. We can just use the tray that we baked it in. Okay, now we'll put that there. And we'll do this other one here.
Same deal?
Yep, same thing. Okay,
Obviously,
while I'm doing this one,
careful,
let me put this in the cooler. Okay. All right, so here's the key. Pulling it away from the paper to get started. And that's the hard part, but once you got it, then it's pretty much smooth sailing after that. Now, if you don't bake your cake enough, it's going to stick to the paper, and you're going to have a raw spot. That's just how it's going to be, and it's going to be all rubbery and nasty, and you don't want that. But at the same time, you don't want to overbake your shell or your cake layer. If you do that, okay, if you bake it too long and it's all dry, okay, then you're going to definitely need the simple syrup in order to get this to roll up. But I suggest that you make your roll. Yeah, I mean, basically, I pulled this out of the oven and I let it cool just enough so that I can make these rolls. And I know that, the directions on any cookbook or whatever is going to tell you to pull your cake and then roll it up right away without the filling, and then unroll it, and then put the filling in, and then re-roll it and all that. I think that's hogwash. I like to just do it fresh from the get-go. There's no need to roll it up first to create the form and all that. Just do it and get it done. Okay, so I've got this over. Now I'm going to flop this back over here like so. All right, and that's the key right there, to make sure that this overlaps it, and then you just chill it just like so. Okay, now the best thing to do is pop this sucker in the freezer. Okay, and you want to slice this frozen from a frozen state. Okay, so we're not going to do this one today. Okay, we're going to do the other one that I just rolled. So I might as well just cut right to the chase and wrap this. Okay, so this is what we do. You want to pull the wrap out. You want to put your roll right on the wrap. Go over like so. Cut it off. Okay, what I like to do is go in and fold the ends in before I'm all the way rolled up. See, like this. And then it's just a matter of twisting it right up. And now this can sit in your freezer until you want to finish it off and serve it. Okay? So we'll just let that sit off to the side for now. Okay? Now the one that I put in the fridge a few minutes ago, we'll get that out. Now keep in mind it's going to be a little bit loose and sloppy as I cut it, because it's not going to be frozen solid, because I just did it. Okay? But it's going to be delicious and it's going to be yummy. So, like I said, if you want to have a nice clean cut where you see all swirls and everything, you want to make sure this is properly chilled. The one we're going to do right now, it's not going to look quite so clean, but it's going to still taste just as yummy.